Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your AEW Dark, AEW Dynamite, NXT, Inspire Pro, Ring of Honor, MLW Fusion, NWA Power results for the week of February 26, 2020. Inspire Pro weekly link, episode number 24. Joe Bailey is currently working and training as a young lion for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Joe, real name of Bailey Matthews, is the son of pro wrestling legend William Regal, who currently works as a WWE NXT General Manager and WWE's Director of Talent Development and Head of Global Recruiting. Regal has two other sons with wife Christina, Daniel, and Dane. NJPW's Young Lions are younger developmental talents and rookie wrestlers that have come through their strict system, training in NJPW dojo and living in the dorms in hopes of landing on the NJPW roster. The young Regal began his wrestling career back in 2018, wrestling just a few matches with smaller companies like Evolve and Progress Wrestling. He lost a dark match to Jordan Breaks at Progress Wrestling's Chapter 79 in London on November 26, 2018. Joe then lost to Harlem Bravado in the opening match of Evolve 117 in New York City on December 15, 2018. The next night, he lost a dark match to Joe Gacki at Evolve 118 in Deer Park. Looks like he is now working his way into NJPW. Regal's son could be seen at ringside with other young lions at NJPW's Wrestle Kingdom 14 earlier this year, and there has been talk online that he has been working with the promotion this year. Looks like fans who weren't aware of his name are referring to him as Young Lion that looks like Kenny Omega because of how Bailey resembles a younger version of the current AEW World Tag Team Champion, who is no stranger to NJPW fans. And you can see a couple of photos of Bailey Regal at this link. NXT Cruiserweight Champion and Progress Tag Team Champion Jordan Devlin revealed that he had to pull out of Progress Chapter 103 event due to elbow bursitis. Devlin was scheduled to defend his tag team tag title with Scotty Davis against Anthony Henry and JD Drake. He commented by quote, "Sorry to at this is _progress fans and management for missing hashtag Chapter 103 today." Devlin wrote on Twitter, "Very sternly scheduled lately and picked up a bit of elbow bursitis. It'll be fine in a week or so. I just didn't want to risk infection or aggravating it, prolonging my time out. See you guys soon." Replacing Devlin on the card was Eddie Kingston. Devlin won the tag titles with Davis back in September and captured the Cruiserweight title last month at Worlds Collide. Ring of Honor episode 439 can be found in this link. And that was the stars Jay Lethal, Jonathan Gresham, Jeff Cobb, and Dan Maff versus 2G1T and the Bouncers. Also, MLW Fusion recap. Then we found this link. Recap or the actual show. Tom Lawler clashes with Ross Von Erich. Eric Stevens debuts and King Mo in action. Impact Wrestling Sacrifice results from Saturday night's event from Impact Wrestling. Sacrifice was in Louisville, Kentucky at the Davis Arena. The event exclusively aired on Impact Plus. In the main event, Impact World Champion Tessa Blanchard defeated X-Division Champion Ace Austin. And here are the full results. Rohit Raju defeated Corey Storm. The North defeated the Rascals for the Impact World Tag Team Championship match. Kara Hogan defeated Ray Lynn. And that actually can be found on this link. Willie Mack defeated Jay Bradley. AC Romero and Larry D defeated OVE. Doggo defeated Jake Krisk. Joey Ryan defeated Johnny Swinger. And some of that actually can be found in this link. Jordan Grace defeated Havoc for the Knockouts Championship match. Retained her title. And can be found in this link. Rhino defeated Moose by disqualification. Moose defeated Rhino by no disqualification match. I guess they had a rematch. Impact World Champion Tessa Blanchard defeated X Division Champion Ace Austin in a champion versus champion match. Being the Elite Toy Fair, AEW Toys line figures. This week's episode can be found in this link. Being the Elite. NXT referee Tom Caster has returned to NXT this week. Caster is a referee who suffered a broken leg at NXT Live event in Omaha, Nebraska back on April 25th, 2019. Caster suffered the injury during a Velveteen Dreams win over Tyler Breeze and still managed to make the 3 count. He was praised on social media for finishing the match after such a rough injury. NXT referee Drake Wirtz took to Twitter to announce that Caster's return to action on this week's NXT episode on the USA Network. And welcome them back. AEW Dark video for this week from last week's spoiler. Let me find this link. Earlier in the day, AEW announced that Lance Archer has signed with them, All Elite Wrestling. On Dynamite, it was revealed that Archer will make his debut on next week's show at the First Bank Center in Bromfield, Colorado. For WWE, TNA, and NJPW Star signed a multi-year contract with AEW. Okay. NWA Power, this week's show, this link. WWE held 2 dark matches before NXT, taping this week for a live show for Full Sail University. First match saw Shotzi Blackheart defeat Alia, while the second match saw NXT Tag Team Champions Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne defeat Dorian Mack and Shane Thorne. Also noted before, that WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair was at the show as well to watch the main event, which came out before the main event while they were on commercial, and the main event saw Charlotte defeat Bianca Belair. The Nature Boy came out before the match in a second and interacted with Triple H. Live from the NXT Arena from Full Sail University, Winter Park, Florida. Mauro Ronaldo welcomes us. Joined him by Nigel McGuinness and the WWE Hall of Famer Beth Phoenix. In the fan chant NXT as the announcers hyped the show. We see a black SUV outside the arena. Charlotte Flair is in it, of course. NXT General Manager William Regal greets her as she steps out. Regal has 2 staffers get Flair's bags out of the back of the SUV. Dominic Dijakovic versus Cameron Grimes is your first match. We go right back to the ring for tonight's opener as Dominic makes his way out. Cameron is out next as Alicia Taylor does the ring introductions. The bell rings and they go at it. Dijakovic grounds Grimes with a headlock. Grimes resists and tries to fight free, but Dijakovic overpowers and keeps him grounded. Dijakovic drops Grimes with a big shoulder. They keep going, and Grimes nails a drop kick. Grimes with a strike to bring Dijakovic back down. Grimes with kicks. Dijakovic comes out of nowhere with a cyclone kick for a close 2 count. As the fans pop for that. Dijakovic keeps control and unloads on Grimes in the corner. Dijakovic drops Grimes with a pendulum backbreaker. Dijakovic goes on and springboards off the middle rope for another 2 count. Grimes fights, but Dijakovic takes him to the corner with big strikes. Dijakovic goes for a suplex, but Grimes counters and nails forearm to the back. Grimes with a big inverted Hurricane Runner to fight Dijakovic. Dijakovic keeps fighting and sends Grimes out to the floor as the NXT chant starts back up for the crowd. Grimes lands hard. Dijakovic brings him back in, but Grimes kicks him from the apron back to the floor. Dijakovic tries to come back in, but Grimes nails a penalty kick to drop him again. And we go to commercial. Back for the commercial, and Grimes has Dijakovic grounded in the middle of the ring. Dijakovic fights out, but Grimes beats him back down to doubling over. Dakovic unloads the strikes now and punches and kicks. Reverses. Dakovic with it with a big shot to the face before launching Grimes across the ring. Dakovic runs into a big kick. Dakovic with more offense and a close 2 count. Dakovic gets a choke slam, but Grimes fights him off. Grimes with a Superman elbow and a kick and a super kick. Grimes goes on and nails the German suplex for a 2 count. Grimes stomps while Dakovic is down. Fans are dueling chants for both guys, Grimes and Dakovic. Grimes slides under the rope and lands on the floor. Comes back in. Dakovic nails a huge moonsault to the floor. And fan chant NXT again. Dakovic rolls Grimes back in, and the referee checks on Grimes while he's down. Dakovic is going to climb back in, but Damian Priest runs down the ramp and takes Dakovic's knee out with a foreign object. Priest hops right over the barrier into the crowd and retreats. As Dakovic goes down on the floor, the referee finally turns around and starts counting, but Dakovic makes it back in the ring before 10 count. Fans cheer him on. Grimes immediately puts Dakovic right back down with a cave-in double stomp for the pin and the win. After the match, music hits and Grimes takes his hat and makes his exit. We're going to replace. Referee runs down to 10 to Dakovic in the ring as he clutches his surgically repaired knee. John Quattro is backstage with NXT General Manager William Regal. He announces that a series of qualifying matches will begin next week for the NXT Women's Division. The winners will go on to take over Tampa Bay to compete in a ladder match to crown the new number 1 contender, who will face the winner of the WrestleMania 36 match between Charlotte Flair and NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. At a later date, of course. So the come segment, Finn Balor back to commercial. Back for the break, we see trainers and officials still tending to Dominic Dakovic during a break, helping him out. We go back to the ring, and out comes Finn Balor. Balor takes the mic, and fans start the Finn chant. Balor says he's not a moves guy. He's not an internet guy. He's not a stooge to the office politics guy. But when the bell rings, he is the guy. Fan chant his name again. Balor says he builds brands. Japan done it. Mexico done it. Intercontinental title, done it. Universal title, done it. NXT title, done it. Balor says it's WrestleMania season and everyone is trying to peak for WrestleMania, but he's been at his peak for 20 years. Fans continue to cheer Balor on. Balor then says the big question is, what's next for Finn Balor? Who else is going to get that Finn rub? Balor goes on about who he's defeated until the music interrupts. Out comes Imperium's Marcel Barthel and Fabian Aichner to a pop. Marcel takes the mic and says there's something Balor hasn't done. He goes on about how Imperium controls the ring and says NXT UK champion Walter would like to send his regards. Fans are chanting Walter now. Marcel tosses the mic as if they are about to attack. Balor attacks first, drop kicking him through the ropes. Balor takes out both of them at ringside and hits a sling blade on Martel. He goes to put Aichner down again, but Martel leaps off the steel ring steps with a big flying uppercut. Martel and Aichner destroy Balor at ringside, leaving him laid out against the steel steps. Fan chant for Walter again as Martel and Aichner pose over Balor, who was clutching the back of his head. The two Imperium representatives march back to the back. We get a promo for Austin Theory to hype tonight's match with Tommaso Ciampa. Back to commercial. Back for the break, we get some sort of cryptic video teaser, possibly for Killer Cross. We'll see a video from earlier in the day of Bianca Belair arriving in the building. She briefly talks to John and is confident about tonight's match. The next match, Xia Li versus Mia Yim. We go back to the ring, and out first comes Xia Li, and Yim is out next. Bell rings, and we get a show of respect handshake. However, Yim pulls her in, and they have some words. Li tries to unload and kick with kicks, but Yim backs in the corner. Yim pleads some, but nails a big drop kick out of nowhere. Yim with more offense and a basement drop kick for a 2 count. Lee kicks Yim back to the corner. Yim comes back and puts her face first into the turnbuckles. Yim with more boots in the face in the corner as the referee warns her and counts. After all, you got a 5 count. Yim crashes in the corner and with a rolling senton as Lee moves out of the way. Lee with a big right hand to keep Yim away. Lee with a clothesline and a big kick. Morrow confirms Flair versus Belair will be the main event. Back and forth. Yim nails the eat defeat out of nowhere before she can get the pin. Music hits and out comes Dakota Kai with Rachel Gonzalez. Kai takes the mic and brings up what happened between she and Yim at War Games last year. Kai taunts Yim and tosses the mic after threatening her. Lee takes advantage of the distraction and rolls Yim up for the pin and the win. After the match, Gonzalez immediately hits the ring and beats Yim down. Kai watches from the ramp and laughs. Lee tries to make the save, but Gonzalez levels her as well. Gonzalez goes back to beating Yim around the ring as the fans boo her. Gonzalez then drives Yim into the mat with a big choke slam. As Kai cheers her on from the ramp, Gonzalez makes her exit and joins Kai. We see Tommaso Ciampa backstage warming up. Back to commercial. Back for the break, we get a backstage promo from the Velveteen Dream. He addresses Roderick Strong and says he's back, so he wants it all. Dream wants William Regal to put he and Strong in a steel cage next Wednesday. Dakota Kai versus Tegan Knox in a steel cage match has already been booked for next week. Austin Theory versus Tommaso Ciampa was up next. We go back to the ring, and out first comes Austin Theory. Ciampa was out last. The bell rings and they go out trading shots. Theory gets the upper hand as fans chant for Ciampa. Theory unloads on Ciampa against ropes. Theory runs into a big boot. Ciampa with a big right hand. Ciampa levels Theory with an elbow. More back and forth now. Ciampa dodges a drop kick and tosses Theory out to the floor. Ciampa goes for the Willow's belt, but Theory drags him to the floor. Ciampa counters and sends Theory into the barrier, but Theory puts the brakes on. Theory fights back on the floor and brings Ciampa back in. Theory beats Ciampa down with strikes in the corner. Ciampa keeps fighting, but Theory counters and drop kicks him in the middle of the ring. Theory wastes time, but covers for a quick 1 count. Theory nails a big uppercut and a flying forearm in the corner. Ciampa fights back and hits a neckbreaker over the top rope. Theory falls out to the floor. Ciampa follows and drives Theory face first in the ring post. Ciampa sits on the apron and pats himself on the back. As the fans pop, back to commercial. Remember the winner? Barry Horowitz? He always did that. Back in the break, Ciampa tries to mount offense, but Theory drops him and nails a standing moonsault for a 2 count and a pop. More back and forth now. Ciampa with a big clothesline coming out of the corner. Ciampa unloads with strikes as fans cheer him on. Ciampa then nails 3 more lariats. Ciampa with a big German suplex for a pop. Ciampa with a running knee to the face. Against the ropes, Ciampa goes for the fairy tale ending, but Theory blocks it and nails a back elbow. They take on some more, and Ciampa nails a big rolling knee for a close 2 count. Ciampa is surprised at the kick out. Ciampa takes Theory to the corner for a big chop. Ciampa takes Theory up top again and chops him again. They both continue with big offense and counters as fans cheer them on for a few minutes. Theory then nails an attacks here, but Ciampa kicks out too. They go back up and trade shots as fans stay behind both of them. Ciampa drops Theory with a knee in the middle of the ring. Then Theory blocks the fairy tale ending again. Theory rocks Ciampa again. Ciampa kicks out after another attack here. Theory ends up unloading on the floor again. Ciampa stops him, coming back in, and drops him with elbow with a Willow's bell. Ciampa ends up hitting the fairy tale ending for the win. After the match, music hits and Ciampa recovers as we go to replays. Going back to Ciampa. With Ciampa standing tall, Johnny Gargano rushes the ring and attacks Ciampa. They brawl as fans boo. Gargano gets the upper hand. Heel affection, but Ciampa counters and beats on Gargano in the corner. Theory comes from behind, but Ciampa drops him. This allows Gargano to level Ciampa with a super kick out of the corner. Fan chant Johnny sucks as Gargano stands over Ciampa and stares him down. Gargano rocks Ciampa again and then sits down next to him on the apron to mock him. Gargano brings Ciampa to the floor as the fans do dueling chants of Johnny wrestling. Johnny sucks. Gargano stalks Ciampa and stares him down at ringside. During the segment, Still to come, Flair versus Belair in the main event. Back to commercial. Back for the break. Undisputed Era backstage. Roderick Strong agrees with the Velveteen Dream about next week's steel cage match. Roderick says he's going to break Dream. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish address NXT champion Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne. NXT champion Adam Cole says Strong will get the NXT North America title back after he's done with Dream. Then O'Reilly and Fish will get their tag titles back, and the Undisputed Era will continue to be the most dominant faction in history, and no one can stop them. Now that's undisputed, Cole says, and they pose together to end the segment. Bronson Reed versus Killian Dane, the battle of the big man. Back to the ring, and out comes Bronson Reed first, Killian's out last. The bell rings and they lock up, going to the corner. Reed tries to scoop Dane, but Dane counters and rocks him. Reed ends up kicking Dane out of the ring. Reed runs the ropes and nails big suicide dive to the floor as the fan cheer him on. Dane unloads on Reed as they come back in. Dane with a big guillotine leg drop from the top, but Reed kicks out too. Dane with more offense in the corner. Dane whips Reed across the ring as he goes down after hitting turnbuckles hard. Reed still kicks out too. Dane rocks Reed back in the corner. Dane takes Reed down and grounds him in the middle of the ring. More back and forth. They both collide in the middle of the ring and they go down. They get back up and trade big strikes and trash talking in the middle of the ring. Reed levels Dane with a clothesline. Reed with a scoop slam. Reed drops his straps and launches Dane with a big suplex. Reed with a hip attack in the corner against the turnbuckles. They trade more counters and Dane does a Samoan drop. Dane goes to the top for the Vader bomb, but Reed gets his knees up. Reed climbs up again and nails a big diving DDT. Reed with a Death Valley jobber in the middle ring for another 2 count. Dane keeps fighting and nails a big suplex. Dane keeps the show and hits a big senton from the corner. Dane then nails the Vader bomb, this time connecting and covering for the pin count. After the match, Dane stands tall and goes to replays. Dane makes his exit as Reed slowly gets back up to his feet. And that's to talk about the Forgotten Sons and the Grizzled Young Veterans having words last week. They will do battle in tag team action tonight. Beth says Forgotten Sons are fighting for America. Back to commercial. Back for the break, we're going to get a video package on the NXT Tag Team Champions, the Broserweights, Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne. Forgotten Sons versus Grizzled Young Veterans. Go back to the ring, and out comes the Grizzled Young Veterans first. It's Zach Gibson and James Drake. Fans boo as they take the mic and do a promo to start ripping on American fans and the Forgotten Sons. They go on as the fan chant USA now. Music interrupts, and out comes the Forgotten Sons. Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake with Jackson Riker. Nigel is healing it up on commentary to go with Drake and Gibson. The bell rings and Gibson starts with Blake. Blake gets the upper hand and nails a pair of drop kicks. Blake then drop kicks Drake off the apron to the floor. Cutler tags in for double teaming on Gibson for a 2 count. Cutler grabs Gibson by his arm in the middle of the ring. Gibson looks him out offense, but Cutler cuts him off. Gibson finally rocks Cutler to tag in Drake for a double team. Drake with a quick pin attempt. Drake unloads on Cutler now and covers for a 2 count. Drake grounds Cutler and yells out at the crowd now. Riker looks on and rallies the crowd from ringside. Drake fights Cutler into the corner, and then comes Gibson for double teaming. Gibson covers for a 2 count. Drake comes back in and keeps control. Blake tags in and catches Drake with a power slam for a 2 count in the middle ring. Drake meets Riker at ringside and backs away. Blake comes over with strikes to Drake, rolling him back in. Gibson is legal for that team now. Blake fights them both off. Cutler tags in for the double team on Drake. Then Gibson. They send Gibson to the floor, then launch Drake out onto him. Fans cheer the Suns as we go to commercial. Back for the break, Blake fights out of a corner, rocking both opponents after he was double teamed. Drake blocks the roll up, and then comes Gibson to break it up. Gibson keeps Blake grounded again. Blake finally gets a jumping neck breaker to get an opening. Drake tags in first and stops Blake from tagging out. Blake backdrops Drake in and comes Cutler off the hot tag. Cutler unloads on both opponents. Chaos now as the match falls apart. Cutler ends up dropping Drake on his neck. Riker marches over to stop Gibson from interfering from the floor. Gibson trips and Riker stalks him. More chaos at ringside as everyone is involved again. Riker goes down. Drake sends Cutler flying from the top to the floor. Blake sends Gibson to the floor. Blake and Drake trade big shots. Gibson tags in, but misses the clothesline. Blake misses the moonsault. The Grizzly young veterans go on to hit the ticket to Mayhem on Blake to get the win. After the match, Gibson and Drake retreat to the ramp as the music plays. Riker and Cutler check on Blake as we go to replays. Forgotten Sons look on from the ring as the NXT UK superstars celebrate on the stage. Kat Marino is backstage asking Tegan Knox how she prepares for next week's steel cage match with Dakota Kai. Knox admits that she's still feeling the table bump from Raquel Gonzalez, but she won't be a factor next week, and we'll have to watch as she takes out her little friend. Knox says Kai started this in a cage, and she will end it in a cage next week. We see Charlotte Flair backstage warming up for the main event. Back to commercial. Back from the break, we got another cryptic cheater video. Speculation online is that it is for Killer Cross, but no name was given in the video. And now it's confirmed 2 steel cage matches for next week. Well, the same videos, the same interruptions were on Raw this week. Probably won't see SmackDown tomorrow night because I'll be driving, pick up my daughter, and coming back. And since they're not on satellite anymore because of Fox taking it off, and it's supposed to be on the local packages, whatever. I've seen a video earlier with Quattro catching up with Damon Priest as he walks with 2 women on his arm backstage. Priest says he attacked Dominic earlier tonight to send a message to NXT North American Champion Keith Lee. Charlotte Flair versus Bianca Belair, your main event. We're going to ring for tonight's main event. Out first comes Belair. Raw Superstar Charlotte was out next. To some boos, but some cheers also. This is Flair's first NXT match in 4 years. The bell rings and the fan chant, "You don't go here," at Flair. Others respond with "Welcome home" chant to support the Queen. They lock up and Flair takes Belair to the corner, holding her down as the referee counts and warns her. Fans do dueling chants again. Flair backs off and draws a line. Belair quickly crosses it and they lock up again. Flair then takes Belair down to the mat and they trade holds. Belair kicks up, but Flair takes her back down with a quick 1 count. Belair does the same. More back and forth as they continue to trade holds. Flair keeps Belair grounded. Belair fights up and out, eventually nailing a drop kick. Belair taunts Flair for a big pop. Belair with a spear in the corner. Belair tosses Flair by her hair. Dueling chants are begin. Flair avoids a scoop slam and unloads with chops. Talking trash and beating Belair up with chops in the corner. Flair takes Belair back down and nails a running boot to the face. Flair stands tall and poses over Belair to a pop. We'll go to commercial. Back from the break, they end up on the floor with Belair sending Flair into the barrier. Flair comes back in and Belair rolls her up for a 2 count. Flair immediately drops Belair with a chop. Belair ducks under the chop, and fans continue dueling chants. Flair with a neck breaker. Flair grounds Belair by her neck with a dragon sleeper. Belair tries to fight out and does using the turnbuckles. Belair drops Flair and goes for the glam slam. Belair nails it in the middle of the ring for another pin attempt. Belair looks to keep the offense going, but Flair cuts her off with a kick. They take on some more on their feet. Belair with a abdominal stretch counter into one of her own in the middle of the ring. Belair goes on and hits a handspring moonsault for a 2 count. Flair ends up eating an elbow, but then sends Belair face first into the turnbuckles. Flair boots Belair around while she's down, then steps on her as the fans boo her. Flair goes to the top for a moonsault, but Belair gets her legs up. Flair catches the leg and applies a Boston Crab. Single leg Boston Crab as the fans pop. Belair crawls for the bottom rope and she does get both legs in, but eventually escapes the hold. Flair comes back with a 2 count, Flair with stretch buffer submission now. Belair resists the muffler, but Flair powers up with a sit-down powerbomb for another 2 count. Flair goes for the big boot and gets hung up on the top rope. Belair takes advantage and works her over, drop-kicking her out to the floor. Belair follows and sends Flair face first into the ring post. Belair goes on and brings Flair back into the ring. Belair goes to the top, but has to land on her feet. As Flair moved, Belair follows up with a spear. Flair comes right back with her own spear of her own, and then converts that into the natural selection for the pin and the win. After the match, music hits as Flair stands tall. Flair exits the ring and brings a steel chair in to use it on Belair, but the music interrupts and out comes NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley. Flair doesn't stop as she's going, as she keeps going and stomps the chair onto Belair's ankle. Then applies a figure four. Ripley watches from the stage, and she looks to be in no hurry. She finally speeds up just a little and heads down to the ring as Flair tightens the hold before breaking it. Flair gets up as Ripley enters the ring. Flair immediately retreats to the floor and has a stare down with Ripley as NXT goes off the air on the USA Network. Looks like Killer Kross will be coming soon to NXT. Or will he? Because they have the same cryptic on Raw. This week's NXT episode saw on the USA Network a cryptic teaser video twice. Looks like could be for former Impact Wrestling star, but there was no name given on the video or debut date. Speculation is for Killer Kross. Probably won't be going under that name because they changed the name of AJ Styles' finisher, the Calf Killer. So you might want to change that too. It was recently reported on Wrestling Observer Radio that WWE has signed Kross for something big, not just for typical journey through NXT. WWE announced back in February 5th that Kross and Timothy Thatcher have reported to the Performance Center to begin training under their NXT deals. Kross's girlfriend, Scarlett Bordeaux, is also in NXT, but WWE has not uploaded the video under the writing this video, but a fan on YouTube posted this slower version of the teaser so you can get a look at the content of the promo. And the latest NXT injury report with Matt Camp featuring updates on NXT superstars from this week's episode. This thing give you highlights. Following injuries were announced from NXT. Probably its storylines. Bianca Belair suffered a leg contusion in the post-match after Charlotte's attack. Camp said her status is week to week. Dominic Kojovic suffered a knee sprain in the loss to Cameron Grimes, which included the nightstick shot to the knee by Damian Priest afterwards. During the matches, his status is also listed week to week right now. AEW Dynamite coming from Silverstein Eye Center Arena in Kansas City, Missouri. Match 1, your spoiler for next week's AEW Dark. Luther defeated Sonny Kiss as Jimmy Havoc made the save for Kiss. At August Baker 12 comments on Twitter. Luther defeated Sonny Kiss and was confronted by Jimmy Havoc after the match. AEW Dynamite commentaries announced that Yuka Sakazaki versus Big Swole versus Hikaru Shida versus Shana. Fatal 4-way women's match. But PAC, Pac versus Kenny Omega with the Young Bucks in Omega's corner. 30-minute Iron Man match to open the show. The two lock up, Pac backs into ropes, Omega gives a clean break. They trade some counters, shove each other, trade shots in the middle of the ring. Omega with a basement drop kick, but eats a super kick. Omega looking for one wing angel, but Omega breaks him into the corner. Commentary noting Matt, and Nick Jackson backing up Omega. But Paige is nowhere in sight. As Pac gets sent out to the floor, Omega with a big flip over the top and down on his opponent. @TD_Wrestling said that Kenny Omega Man X will rise. Back in the ring, Kotaro crusher by Omega. Followed by a couple of chops. 5 minutes down. Omega with a rolling fireman's carry. Misses the second rope moonsault though. Recovers. And Pac launched into the corner. Snapdragon suplex. Pac rolls out to the floor. Omega follows and they swing away on the floor. Pac on the apron. Moonsault. Caught in midair. But Pac then hits a tornado DDT. @TD_Wrestling. Snapdragon suplex from Kenny Omega Man X. The two work their way into the ring and to the second rope. Omega fights Pac off, headbutting him to the mat. Pac runs back up, and hits a brainbuster from the top rope. Pac back up top and lands a shotgun drop kick. Covers for a 2 count. Pac with a side headlock. Omega is up and fights back with a couple of punches. Each wrestler avoids a strike. Pac with a swinging shot cutter. Pin attempt for 2 count. @TD_Wrestling. Brainbuster. That bastard Pac is on the rampage. 10 minutes down. Still 0-0. Crowd with a you are a bastard chant as he continues to beat up Kenny. Omega finally lands some offense with a big boot, sending Pac flying into the corner. Back and forth strikes. Tiger Driver 98 on Pac. Covers for a 2 count. Well, natural also say, well, why not do the Tiger Driver 99? That wouldn't work either. Crowd really into the match. Many have been standing for the past couple of minutes. Omega tries for the one-wing angel. No, but Kenny Omega repositions. Pac hits a suplex with a bridge. Close 3 count. Pac put in the corner. Looks for the re-trigger. To the back of the head. One-wing angel. Omega goes to the second rope. Pac reverses with a sunset flip powerbomb. @TD_Wrestling says time and time again that Bastard Pac answers Omega. Pac then gets dropped face first into the turnbuckle. Snapdragon suplex again. V-trigger covers for a 2 count. Crowd thought it was over with. Pac goes out to the floor and gets a chair. He then smacks Omega in the head and the referee calls for the bell. Omega's up 1-0. Iron Man match. Whatever. At AEW Wrestling, at Bastard Pac, adding insult to the injury. Pac smacks Omega in the back of the head again. Young Bucks check on Omega. Try to give him some water. Time pauses after the first fall, but then starts up. Pac with a big drop kick. Climbs to the top and hits a back black arrow for the 3 count. Now we're tied up at 1. Just over 13 minutes left, then we get a split screen commercial break as Pac continues to beat up Omega. He looks for another black arrow. Omega rolls out of the ring. Pac keeps beating him up and taunts the Young Bucks a bit. They eventually get back in the ring and trade strikes. Back for the rake, both are on the apron as Pac hits a nasty Falcon arrow, but down to the floor. Crowd chants, "Holy crap!" But gets muted. Beep. Actually, just silence. At AEW on TNT, anyone else feel the pain right now? Yikes! 10 minutes ago, Omega goes to climb in and Pac with a drop kick that says Omega is a referee and ringside physician. Referee's down. Commentary noted that Pac's DQ earlier in the match was the first ever to happen in AEW. Pac sets up a table on the outside and brings Omega over. Referee sit down. Pac heads to the top rope. As we get to the 7-minute mark, Pac takes a moment to get his balance. Hitting shooting star press through the table. Crowd pops big for that one. At AEW Wrestling, the Bastard Pac took a risk and it paid off. Referee's back in the ring and does a 10 count. Pac gets into the ring at 9. Omega just barely makes it in before the 10. Pac goes for the black arrow. But Omega gets his knees up. Just under 5 minutes left. V-trigger to Pac's face. Lands another one. Plants Pac. Covers for a 2 count. 4 minutes down. Another V-trigger lands. One wing needle gets reversed into a poison rama. 3 minutes down. Pac lands another tornado DDT, locks in a brutalizer. Omega gets to the ropes. 2 minutes left. The AE wrestler, Master Pac, isn't happy with the outcome. Pac goes for another brutalizer, but Omega fights it off. 1 minute left. Pac gets a modified version of it in. Omega rolls him over for a 2 count, but Pac keeps it locked in. 30 seconds remain. Pac keeps it locked in. Omega trying to hang on as the time expires to a 1-on-1 tie. Pac hits the referee's face and drops him. Again, Justin Roberts says, match will now continue under sudden death rules. Omega then nails a ripcord V-trigger. Aubrey Edwards runs out and is your new ref. Omega with a huge knee to the face. Covers for a 2 count. Omega looks for the one-winged angel and nails it for the 1-2-3. Winner of the match, Kenny Omega, to the woman. TD_Wrestling says, no pulp. After the match, Tony Schiavone talks with Pac as he finally makes his way up after Omega has already exited. Schiavone asks Pac about all the talking he did and for him to lose to Omega. Pac thinks Schiavone is trying to mock him, but from the back strolls Orange Cassidy. He walks up to Pac and takes his sunglasses off. Pac immediately drops Cassidy, kicks him, and storms off. Backstage, Lexi Nair wants to talk with Chris Jericho. Jake Hager, after his win, she knocks on the door. She asks if she can get a word with Jericho. He just stares at her for a moment, then shuts the door, goes back in. Cass joins commentary for the next match. Sammy Guevara, Santana, and Ortiz versus Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt. Quick to start the match with the Jurassic Express taking control of things at first. Inner Circle fighting back though, getting rid of Luchasaurus, Stunt with a Hurricane on Ortiz and Santana. Guevara flies in and hits a springboard double stomp on Stunt. Santana leaps off of Ortiz's back for a moonsault. Santana still wearing an eye patch. Back from the commercial break, Stunt still getting beat up as the things seem to have finally settled down. TD_Wrestling says, did you know, as Santana _proud and Ortiz _powerful are Marco Stunt hot potato regional champions. Luchasaurus gets tagged in, throws bombs on everyone on the other team, plants Santana, hits a choke slam, standing moonsault on Ortiz. Guevara with a slap to the back of the head. He tries for it again. Jungle Boy and Stunt get involved with some strikes. Triple super kick in the corner on Guevara. Stunt with a Hurricane on Ortiz. Jungle Boy drops Guevara. Luchasaurus with a cover, but Santana breaks it up. The TD_Wrestling and Darby Allin giving Sammy a free preview of hashtag AEW Revolution and AEW Dynamite. Hashtag AEW on TNT. Jungle Boy fighting off Santana and Ortiz. Ortiz mistakenly hits Santana, but the duo hit doubles insecurities on them. Running shooter star press by Guevara. Covers. Stunt jumps off the top rope to break it up. Multiple guys end up on the floor. Luchasaurus with a moonsault off the apron, taking them all out. Jungle Boy in the ring. Guevara grabs the loaded sock, but Darby Allin shows up to a nice pop, takes it away. Jungle Boy nails a step Hurricane straight into the pin for the 1-2-3. After the match, Guevara goes after Allin, but gets back body dropped out of the ring and down on Ortiz and Santana. The recap of Cody and MJF's feud before the two will meet at this Saturday's Revolution. Best friends with Orange Cassidy in the corner versus the Butcher and Blade with Buddy in the corner. Still feeling that shot from Pac. Cassidy follows his guys in the ring. Taylor gets knocked off the apron as the bell rings. Butcher and Blade beat up Trent a bit. Dropkick side suplex combo on Trent. Blade with some chops in the corner. Trent fights back with some of his own. Crowd with a best friend chant. Blade powerbombs Trent on the ropes, bouncing him back into the ring. Taylor is able to get a tag. Rising knee strike. Soul food half and half. Suplex by best friends. AEW Wrestling War Stomps. But Butcher and Blade take control of the match as we go to break. Taylor finally finds a window to bring Trent into the match. Tornado DDT on Blade, sending him to the floor. Trent tries to leap out, caught in midair, was sent into the barricade. Blade does it again. Trent spares him. Cassidy and Bunny both roll into the ring. Cassidy goes to put his hands in his pocket. She stops him and takes his shades. She goes for a low blow kick. He blocks it. Takes her bunny ears and puts them on. He then puts his hands in his pockets again. Ducks her punch, avoids Blade, and then hits a huge suicide dive on Butcher as the referee got Bunny out of the ring. Best friends with a strong 0 on Blade for the win. At TD_Wrestling, at Sexy Chucky T, and at Training Locks, knows at Orange Cassidy better than anyone. You want no part of Freshly Squeezed one? When he's giving effort. If he's giving effort, maybe he'll give effort. Maybe. We'll see. After the match, it was announced that Pac versus Orange Cassidy at AEW Revolution. Shivani asked Best Friends about their rise in the tag team division. Taylor says they are on their way up, but in regard to Cassidy's match against Pac, the joke is on Pac because on Saturday, Cassidy is going to try. He's going to try, champ. Yuka Sasaki versus Big Swole versus Hikaru Shida versus Shana. Your 4-way dance. 3 of the women get right into the ring, into wrestling. Yuka just looks on and cheers on everybody. When the 3 ends in a stalemate, Yuka jokes around like she broke a sweat with them. The 3 women drop Yuka to a bunch of boos. 3-way test of strength. Yuka makes her way in, kicks 2 of them as she got in the middle of the circle, and then hits her Hurricane on Shida. Swole with a shoulder tackle on Yuka. Shana tosses Swole out of the ring. Everyone tries to pin everyone, but no 3 counts. Shida and Yuka each get sent out of the ring. Swole with each a super kick. AEW Wrestling. Yuka Sasaki is ready to fight. Kinda. Shida puts Yuka in the corner. Kicks Shana and suplexes her into Yuka. Shida tries for a suplex. Shana blocks it. Shida smacks her away. Swole nails the basement drop kick. Plants her into the ring. Headbutt. Kick to the head. Slingshot cutter. Covers, but Shana kicks out. Shida hits to the top rope and hits a drop kick on Swole. Multiple pin attempts. No 3 counts. Shana lifts and drops Yuka. Covers for a 2 count. Shana hits a diving stomp on both Yuka and Shida. Shana goes after Swole. Swole hits a rolling elbow strike. Shida with a back breaker on Swole. Yuka hits a splash on Swole. Shida lifts and dumps Yuka on Swole. Covers for a 2 count. Shida with a running knee strike on Swole. Covers for the 3 count. AEW on TNT incoming at Shida Hikaru. Winner, Hikaru Shida by pinfall. Evil Udo says he and Grayson will take on Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky at AEW Revolution. He then tells Christopher Daniels he will find out that he is now obsolete, teasing the Hardy line. The broken Hardy gimmick. Jim Ross does a sit-down interview with AEW World Tag Team Champions Kenny Omega and Adam Page and their Revolution challengers, the Young Bucks. Ross asked the group if they thought this would be a match a year ago. Matt says he's very surprised to see Page and Omega to be champions. Considering they were almost always singles competitors, Matt felt like a veteran tag team like themselves would hold the titles. Omega says it just kind of happened. It's situational that they're their champions. Page questions Omega, saying it sounds like it was just an accident. No, they are champions. Matt points out Page bringing a drink into the interview. JR wonders why Page is uncomfortable. Seems like he's moving around a lot. At Wrestling, you were a jobber in at Ring of Honor. We bought you into Bullet Club, and look at you now. You're a star. Nick Jackson on at the Adam Page. Page says he's fine and isn't uncomfortable. Matt then says, even though they are friends, they are also competitors in the ring. Matt says, ultimately, they are the best in the world, and they are taking those titles. Matt says that they will shake hands and we're the elite. Page can't believe the elite is bigger than the titles. Page says he tried to walk out of the elite months ago. Matt says they made Page a star after bringing him in being the elite. Nick says Page was just a jobber at Ring of Honor and they made him the star. Page says the tag titles were the biggest achievement of his career and doesn't appreciate Matt and Nick trying to take that away from him. Page sees his drink is empty and bounces. Lance Archer will debut on next week's show, as advertised. And Lance Hoyt will be in hashtag AEW Denver next week for AEW Dynamite. And there's a picture of it right there. All Elite Wrestling. AEW Wrestling. Time for AEW World Champion Chris Jericho and Moxley to weigh in. Tony Schiavone announces Gary Michael Capetta will host the weigh-in. Moxley's out first, then Jericho, who walks down with the rest of the inner circle. Le Champion gets in the ring. Capetta asks Jericho to step up first. Jericho then tells Capetta, based on his delivery, it's no wonder WCW went out of business. Then he just, the announcer, Jericho calls him a weird little man and says, Le Champion always goes on last. AEW on TNT, Mox about to hit the scales. And John Moxley, All Elite Wrestling, AEW on TNT, hashtag Le Champion, and I Am Jericho walked out to the crowd singing, hashtag Judas, hashtag AEW Dynamite. The ring is filled with photographers, security, and others. Moxley weighs in at 234 pounds. Jericho takes his sweet time to get on the scale and taunts the crowd a bit. Jericho then gets in Moxley's face, and Moxley headbutts the champion, busting him open. Right about there, like right between the eye. Inner Circle immediately takes him down. Dustin Rhodes runs out and clotheslines Hager out of the ring, and they go out to the crowd. Brawling all the way to the back, Hager with a low rope sends Rhodes into the wall. Then the Dippin' Dots stand. Crowd with the Dippin' Dots chant. At AEW Wrestling, not at Dippin' Dots. Hager and Rhodes don't want to wait till hashtag AEW Revolution. Well, Jericho has gained a lot of weight over the years. I'm going to guess he's about 280, around that. Darby Allin runs to the ring with skateboard. But they actually didn't even list his weight. Darby runs into the ring with a skateboard and drops Santana. Guevara lands a huge running knee as he gets into the ring, smacks the skateboard over Allin's head. Moxley still trying to fight back. Dropping Ortiz on Moxley and Jericho are standing in the ring. Now as Moxley goes for the paradigm shift. But Santana hits a low blow, Judas effect, and then paradigm shift to his challenger on the scales. Jericho then holds up the title while putting his foot on the fallen Moxley. After that concluded your show for AEW Wrestling. After AEW Dynamite finished up, Britt Baker defeated Miranda Ali's. Also, Dark Order defeated Peter Avalon with Leva Bates and Michael Nakazawa. The last dark match of the night was Private Party defeating Brandon Cutler and Sean Spears. These are your matches for your spoilers for next week's episode of AEW Dark. Also noted Luther won against Sonny Kiss earlier before the show. After the match, Jimmy Havoc made the save for Kiss. All these matches are expected to stream on next week's AEW Dark. At the 8-bit 3D, hell yeah, at Real Britt Baker and at Miranda Ali's at this link, battling on hashtag AEW Dark, AEW Kansas City. At August Baker 12, Britt Baker defeated Miranda Ali's for Dark. It sucked. That link. August Baker again. At August Baker 12, Dark Order defeated Avalon and Nakazawa in a comedy squash. Dark is sure doing a job of cooling me down after a great show. LOL. And August Baker again. The last results. Private Party defeated Shawn Spears and Brandon Cutler dressed like a dragon. It was fine match, I guess. Dark is very, very skippable this week. LOL. Tonight's AEW Dynamite was announced that Evil Uno and Grayson of the Dark Order will take on SCU's Frankie Kazarian and Sikoru Sky at this Saturday's Revolution from Wintrust Arena in Chicago, Illinois. Evil Uno cut a promo announcing the match, told Christopher Daniels he will know what it feels like to be obsolete. That word been used by Broken Matt Hardy, who has been speculated to be the group's exalted one. Hardy's WWE contract expires on March 1st. On a related note, AEW revealed on Twitter at this link that Jericho needed 7 stitches to close a wound suffered during the weigh-in segment on the go-home edition of Dynamite. You can see a photo at the link. Week 21 of Wednesday night's War saw AEW top NXT once again. Wednesday's Revolution go-home edition of Dynamite drew 865,000 on TNT, topping the 717,000 viewers that garnered by NXT on the USA Network by 21%, according to Showbuzz Daily. AEW ranked number 9 on the cable top 150, while NXT ranked number 17. AEW ranked number 50 in viewership, while NXT ranked number 68 in viewership. And that concludes my results for AEW, NXT, MLW, Ring of Honor, and Inspire Pro. Thanks and peace out. See you on the bill. If you don't know, just comment, brothers and sisters.